Welcome to tutorial 3.6 part 2 on stoichiometry. So this is the second of 3 tutorials on stoichiometry, and we're doing this very slow and deliberately. Let's see what is different here compared to the first tutorial. In the first tutorial, I gave you a number of moles of either a reactant or product and asked about one of the other reactants or products. So we were only doing mole to mole conversions, number to number conversions. Here what the new step is we're going to end up with a certain number of moles of reactant or product and convert those into grams. That's the only thing that's different. We're just trying to build up this skill nice and slowly. Let's look at an example. 4 moles of hydrogen are burned. 4 moles of this stuff here. The question is how many grams of water are going to be produced? You can see from the chemical reaction that for every 2 moles of hydrogen we can make 2 moles of water. It's written down here that it's in a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're going to end up with 4 moles of water. The question now is, what do those 4 moles weigh? Try to actually imagine 4 like boxes of water sitting in front of you, each of them with a mole's worth of water, and they each weigh how much? According to the molar mass from the periodic table, 18 grams. So 4 times 18 is 72. That's the answer, and that's the kind of question we're trying to do. Nothing more difficult than that. So the only issue is here, can we not make mistakes? Can we write things down nice and systematically to avoid making mistakes and kind of keep our head clear as we do it? What I have found that really helps in that regard is to make our table like last time, but expand it a bit and include masses across the top and moles along the bottom. So have a look at this table with me and see if it makes sense. Along the bottom, the mole number, either neat reactants or product, follows the 2-to-1-to-2 number ratio given in the balanced equation. 2 hydrogens require 1 oxygen, so 4 hydrogens require 2, and we make 4 waters. So these ratios are the same, 2-to-1-to-2 and 4-to-2-to-4. Above, though, are the gram amounts for the respective species, and they don't follow the 2-to-1-to-2 ratio. The only thing you can note that's worth noting about them, though, is that the reactants, the 64 plus the 8, add up to the 72, which is the weight of the products, the mass of the products, because none of the material is either gained or lost in a chemical reaction. So one way to kind of check if you're doing the work correctly on these is to go ahead and fill all of this table in and make sure that the mass of all your reactants equals the mass of the products. It's a way of checking that you really did it right. Okay, so let's go ahead and try a few of these. So here's the first one. You have 2.5 moles of oxygen, and the question is how many grams of hydrogen are needed to react all of that oxygen, assuming every single oxygen in your 2.5 moles will have a chance to react. The first thing we do is we take advantage of the balanced chemical equation, which tells us that 2 hydrogens are needed for every oxygen. So I take the 2.5 and I double it, and I end up with 5 moles. To get used to writing this as a dimensional analysis equation, I'm going to go ahead and write it out and say, all right, I start with 2.5 moles of oxygen. A ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is 2-to-1, the mole ratio. Therefore, 2.5 times 2 gives me 5 moles of hydrogen. This feels a little unnecessarily complicated, but it might help you later when you really need it. Okay, we imagine right now 5 boxes of hydrogen sitting in front of us, each containing H2. So the question is, what will they weigh? Let's say, well, let me think about it. What do those 5 moles weigh? H2, the substance that I have a mole of in each box, weighs 2 grams. The molar mass of H2, not H, but H2, is 2 grams. So I know each box weighs 2 grams. There's 5 boxes. The total mass is 10. If I actually take the time to write it out with dimensional analysis, I say, all right, I got 5 moles of hydrogen at 2 grams per mole. What's the mass? 10 grams. So that's it. So that's the kind of calculation we've done. Notice we kind of went across to the moles and then up to the grams. Always is going to be the same. It's nice to write this out as one step, which you'll typically end up just kind of doing in your head once you get good at this. Starting with the 2.5 moles, go over to the amount of hydrogen that you need. 2-to-1 is the ratio, so it's going to be 2.5 times 2 is 5 moles, and then go upstairs, multiply by the number of grams per mole, in this case 2, to get the number of grams. All right, so that's the first one. Let's try a couple more. This time we're going to start with the hydrogen and ask about how much water we can produce. So from 2.5 boxes or 2.5 moles of hydrogen, how much water can we end up producing? First, same thing. Let's get the number of moles. Well, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's just the same number, so that's pretty straightforward. You can write this in a dimensional analysis. It feels unnecessary, but since we're going to use this in a larger calculation later, I thought I'd write it just so you can kind of get used to it. So 2.5 times 2 over 2, of course, is 1, gives us 2.5 moles of water. Now we need to know what they weigh. Well, what does a single box or a single mole of water weigh? It weighs 2 for the hydrogen plus 16 for the oxygens, 18 grams per mole. So imagine 2.5 boxes of this water in front of you. 2 boxes would weigh 36. Another 9 grams for the half gives us 45 grams of material in 2.5 boxes. That's it. Dimensional analysis would look like this. 2.5 boxes at 18 grams per box is 45 grams. And then finally writing it all kind of all in one big step, so you see it from the beginning. I've got 2.5 hydrogens. The ratio from the water to hydrogen is 2 to 2. And from there I multiply by the grams per box, which is 18, to get the 45. Right, I think there's one more, or this might be the last one, or maybe one more after this. 1.5 moles of hydrogen is reacting with nitrogen. Question this time, how many moles of ammonia are we going to produce? All right, same step as before. Let's get how many moles we're going to end up with of hydrogen. So I can tell for every 3, I'm going to make 2 of these, so therefore I'm going to make 1 mole of ammonia. If I can't see that math in my head, I can write it out. Start with 1.5 moles of hydrogen. There's 2 moles of ammonia that will be produced for every 3 moles of hydrogen. The moles of hydrogen cancel, and I end up with the moles of ammonia, which is just 1. At this point, there's no reason to write a ratio out. We can just find the molar mass of ammonia. It's 17, and since we've made 1 mole, the answer is going to be 17 grams will be made. It's nice, though, to see this all as one big calculation again. 1.5 moles, then write the ratio, the 2 to 3 ratio. This part here was going to yield 1 mole of ammonia, and then multiply by the 17 grams per mole to get 17. Okay, now let's look at one where the ratios are a little bit more cumbersome, a 2 to 13 ratio, but apart from that, it's exactly the same idea. What mass of oxygen is going to be needed if I want to burn 6 moles of butane. First, we can see from the ratio that because it's 2 to 13, I need 13 halves of 6, and therefore it's going to be 39 moles. If you want to write it out, though, in case the math looks tricky, 6 moles are available of butane. At 13 moles per 2 of butane, we are going to need 39 moles of oxygen. Next question is, what's their mass? The molar mass of oxygen is 32. Now be careful, people make mistakes here. They think, oh, oxygen has a mass of 16. No, the thing that we need 13 of is not oxygen as an atom, but oxygen molecules. So be careful, the balanced equation is for O2, not for O. So what you look up is oxygen's molar mass, which is 32, not 16. And that's what you multiply 39 by. So you're imagining 39 boxes, so to speak, of oxygen being required at 32 grams per box. The answer is 1248. And finally, again, like with a dimensional analysis to see it, 32 times 39 gives you the answer. And then one big calculation, so you see it all in one string, is 6 moles, 13 moles of oxygen needed for every 2 moles of butane, and then the oxygen weighs 32 grams per mole, so the answer is 1248. So I encourage you to stop at any one of these things. Stop the video or just look at the PowerPoint and just stop and look at it and say, do I know how to get that myself? Can I do it? What if it had asked CO2 or water? What would I do differently? And just play with it a little bit. I think you should be in pretty good shape. That's it. I hope this made sense. Notice very little different than we did last time. We just didn't stop at the moles. We just did one calculation at the end extra. We went to grams, but we're trying to build up the entire thing nice and slow. Great. That's it. We'll see you in class to have a look at these together. Thanks. Bye.